In this short video, we're going to walk through the free trial setup, from creating an account to configuring your data sources, search terms, and alert preferences. I'll show you how to use the platform to identify and monitor new legislation and policy making that's relevant to you in your business. I've signed up to the free trial while we've been talking, and after logging in, it takes us directly to this dashboard page. And just a quick walk around before we get into the settings. You'll see across the top of the dashboard, you've got these tiles, which are going to show some of the key information that you're going to want to be following. So once we've set up some tracking, you'll be able to see the legislation items you're tracking there. Any new legislation that's been picked up against your search terms will show there, also recently enacted. And then lastly, any upcoming deadlines, perhaps a consultation coming up for closure. Over on the top there, this is quite an important one to point out. This is your alerts icon. It's great at the moment. At the moment, we've got no tracking, so therefore we're not seeing any new legislation or any of the other alerts. Got a little countdown on your free trial here. And here is the heart of the dashboard, where you can see all the various legislation types. When you log on, it'll be set to view all and all types. A couple of other filters, so we can specifically parliamentary bills. We can look at statutory instruments, policy making, or all. We can also enter our own search terms in here. We can view by following. Of course, at the moment, we're not following any legislation, but we will be doing it in a moment. Let's go to the settings. Settings is just here under this cog. So let's have a look. So the first thing in settings is to select our sources and coverage. Now by default, when you set up for the free trial, you get 3 enabled: UK Parliament bills, UK statutory instruments, and policy making. Now you can just leave all 3 enabled, or if you don't want to be distracted by any one or other of them, you can simply disable them, and those preferences are saved. You'll see these others are grayed out because they're not available on the free trial version. So we're going to keep the 3 settings. These search terms are used to scan the database and alert legislation, whether it be a statutory instrument or a policy document that may be of interest to us. Now, there are a number of templates that we can start with, and they're based on role. So if we click, for example, HR and people compliance, you'll see brackets, you'll see there, you've got 11 items. So if we click this one, and once these are in, we can, if we wish, edit them. Once we hit the edit, we can edit the search terms if we want. And then when we've finished adding all of the search terms that we want, just for now, we can close that. And then if I want to add some manually, I can give them a label. So let's say property search terms, and you can see I've got some property ones. I can switch them off, or I can switch them back on at any point. So for now, that will do us for search terms. In terms of the alerts that we're going to receive, we can choose to get these every day at 5 a.m. or a summary roundup every Monday. I'm going to leave those on every day. And the alert types can be for new legislation, status changes, or deadline approaching. This one's default off. I'm going to switch that on. Now, in the free trial plan, there's no SMS available, but there is email alerts for both updates and news alerts. So I'm not going to verify my number for now, but it's quite simple. You just enter it in there, press save, it'll send you a code, and then you can verify your number to be able to receive the SMS messages. So that's it. I've got some search terms and I've selected my preferences. Back to the dashboard. Now I'm on view all. Now what I can do now, because I've got some search terms entered, I can view by search term. I can just scroll down everything in the dashboard. As you can see, it's quite a lot according to the search terms. If I go to view all there, I've got just over 1,000 items. search terms, narrows it down to 32. And remember, you can enter your own search terms and play around with them till you're happy you're picking up the legislation that you need. Now, here's a registration of births bill, and I can follow it if it's of interest to me. And you'll see at the top there, I've now got one active following, and I'll get a little list there, but we can easily get the full detail in the dashboard of everything that we're following. So partners paternity leave, the Employment Rights Act, NDAs, these are all things that might be of interest to me as a HR manager. In terms of property management, maybe universal credits, rent officers, so I can choose. And now I've got 5 following. Now what's going to happen now, tomorrow, when the updates are all pulled through, I'll get alerts that pop up here. I'll show you that in a future video, but for now, I think this is probably enough to give you the idea of how you create your own dashboard and select what legislation you want to follow. There's a lot of information relevant to all of these items, which is easily accessible, but this is subject to a future video. So for example, if we're looking at bereaved partners paternity leave regulations, you can see I've got a timeline here. I've got all of the relevant news, and these are the things you're going to be updated on every day. I can see any amendments which are tabled, and for these there are none as yet, and also any relevant documents. Back to the dashboard. So about as far as we're going to take it for this video. So just to recap, we've walked through how to sign up for the free trial, how to set up your preferences for alerts and notifications, set up search terms in order to start to create a focused dashboard specifically for your areas of interest, and where to look out for within the dashboard, those daily updates. And then also we've overviewed these 4 tiles at the top, which of course will contain important information you'll need to be monitoring. So that's it from me. Thank you for listening, and look out for you in the next video. Thank you.